Escúchate, no, mira, escucha algo.
How you doing? I'm Callan and this is Slapped Ham. Today we're looking at some mysterious videos that are leaving viewers baffled. So hit that subscribe button and get ready for more eerie content, just like this. When YouTuber Rajan Manoharan received a video from a friend who was camping in the Haridwar forests in India, they never expected that the video would be so terrifying or so perplexing. Do you have any explanations for this strange footage? The video begins by showing a clearly uncomfortable man walking through the woods near his campsite. It's well after sunset and the only light comes from the camera he's using to record. He mentions that it seems strangely cold where he is.
It's getting really f***ing cold out here, guys.
A few seconds later, he hears a peculiar noise that clearly terrifies him. He begins running, leaving us with a blurry shot of the leaf-covered ground as he makes his escape. If you watch the footage again in slow motion, the source of his fear becomes apparent. It seems as though he's being chased by a terrifying creature. It's difficult to see the figure clearly in the dark, but it appears to be the size and shape of a human, but strangely emaciated with odd grey skin. Many viewers have likened the creature to a zombie. Hindu folklore tells of a creature called the Vatala. The Vatala is known for possessing recently deceased corpses. While possessed, the body ceases to decay. The lifeless human vessels are used to move around and torment anyone that's unlucky enough to cross the Vatala's path. It's said that they can be temporarily repelled by reciting mantras, but can only be banished by performing a funeral for the spirit. With only a fleeting glimpse of the creature, it's difficult to say for sure whether this unlucky camper was besieged by the legendary Vatala, or something else entirely. Regardless, the terrifying creature in this footage is one that will certainly be haunting your dreams. Hey peeps, just a quick interlude to let you know today's episode's sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends on mobile and PC. Now it's awesome sponsors like these that allow us to make the content that you know and love. Raid Shadow Legends is a really deep turn-based action RPG for your mobile and PC. You can explore and play around with millions of champion combinations and near endless tactics, as you take on raid bosses, dungeon runs, campaign battles and PvP arena matches. Use my special link in the description box below to download Raid yourself to your mobile and PC. Keeping with our love of all things creepy here on Slapped Ham, here are some of my most favourite scary and twisted looking champions you can collect in game. Just look at the detail the devs have put into these characters. The cool thing about this game is that it's always updating and evolving, so what's new this month? The devs are releasing 11 new champions, as well as 200 brand new missions to complete, with an exclusive legendary champion as your reward if you manage to finish them all. So what are you waiting for? Download the game, it's absolutely free. Use my special link in the description box below, download the game, and you'll be summoning champions in no time. I'll see you in there. Cats can cause a lot of mischief, knocking things down, scratching furniture, and meowing loudly in the middle of the night, just to name a few. If TikToker Pareidolia Paranormal is to be believed, you may want to add arson to that list. This strange footage was taken by an outdoor security camera placed on the side of a building. It shows a small, somewhat busy alleyway in an unknown location. There's lots of activity going on, but the thing to keep an eye on is the cat sauntering casually near the top of the screen. The feline walks along the alley before stopping to inspect a pile of refuse shoved into the corner of a building. What happens next will shock you. Watch. If we watch again, as the cat sniffs at the trash, it suddenly bursts into flames. The cat quickly scurries away from the fire before anyone else notices the blaze. So what could have possibly caused the fire to suddenly erupt? One theory is spontaneous combustion. There have been numerous documented cases in which objects or people suddenly catch fire and incinerate without apparent cause. It's possible that the refuse on the ground combusted spontaneously, and the cat was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. However, some viewers think that the cat itself caused the fire, perhaps with some sort of supernatural power. Witches are often accused of using animal familiars to bolster their magic, and cats are the most common animal to be used as a familiar. Other viewers suggested a more down-to-earth theory, that the bag of rubbish was already smouldering, perhaps from a discarded cigarette butt, and it was the smoke that caught the cat's attention in the first place. So, taking all these theories into account, who or what started this fire? Was it a rare case of spontaneous combustion that almost caught an innocent cat in its flames? Or was the cat itself the culprit? Watch the footage closely again and draw your own conclusions. Children and animals seem to be magnets for the paranormal. Many believe that they have a special sensitivity to spirits, so these entities are attracted to them. That certainly seems to be the case in this video shared to TikTok by Cinzy Dazzler. The TikToker is alone in her sister's home waiting for the family to come home so she can babysit the children. In the corner of the room, there's a plastic children's play table. The table is covered in different buttons and switches that can be used to make different sounds and lights. There's no one anywhere near the toy, and the TikToker recording is the only other person in the house. Yeah, the footage clearly shows the toy making lights and sounds all on its own. She contemplates whether this is an electrical glitch or something less natural.
If there's any spirits here, make the toy light up again.
When the family returned home, the TikToker told her sister what had happened. The sister confirmed the bizarre event, saying that the exact same thing happened to her that morning at around 3 AM. To make the situation even eerier, the sister showed her that the toy couldn't have been merely glitching, because it contained no batteries. This has convinced the TikToker that some sort of ghost caused the bizarre events. Perhaps it was the spirit of a child just looking for something to play with. It's said that spirits that can directly affect things in the physical world are known as poltergeists, and are some of the strongest spirits around. Hopefully this poltergeist's antics remain playful and don't turn dangerous or sinister. Self-driving cars could be the next big thing in transportation technology. Is this car, filmed by the Policía Nacional del Ecuador, ahead of its time? In this video, recorded by a security camera, we see a dark, relatively empty parking garage. The footage is shot using the camera's night vision. We see a man, presumably an officer, approach a car parked a few yards in front of the security camera. He opens the driver's side door and reaches inside, possibly kneeling one knee on the driver's seat. He takes something from the car before closing the door, locking it, and walking away. Watch what happens next. As you can see, the car begins to slowly move forward completely on its own. It keeps moving until it lightly bumps the wall beneath where the camera is mounted. The man returns later when the garage is better lit, clearly confused about how the vehicle moved. Some skeptics assume that someone was probably hiding in the car prepared to drive it forward to create a creepy viral video. However, when the man opens the door at the start and the end of the video, the overhead light illuminates the front seat, showing that it's empty. Even if someone had somehow squeezed themselves into the car to lay down on the seat, this would have prevented the officer from reaching so far into the car at the start of the video. Therefore, it seems unlikely that anyone else was in the car. It's also unlikely that the car drifted forward on its own, as the garage floor seems to be level. Is this a case of a parking brake failure that somehow allowed the car to drift forward on a completely level surface? Or is there something supernatural piloting the car? It's also interesting to note that this footage was captured by the National Police in Ecuador, so it's highly unlikely the footage has been tampered with or that it's a prank of some kind. So what do you think this security footage has captured? Love to get your theories in the comments section below. Ever since humans began looking up at the stars, we've wondered if there are other civilizations out there on other planets. We've also suspected for centuries that our alien neighbours might be coming to visit us. This footage shared to YouTube by El Tiempo is the latest in a long line of UFO sightings, beginning with fiery discs spotted in the sky by scribes in 1440 BCE. This video was shot on a cell phone camera in Cali, a city in southwest Colombia. Residents were shocked and confused when they saw strange lights appearing in the night sky. At first, only 4 lights are visible. The lights are white or possibly pale yellow in colour. They're perfectly round dots and seem to be in a small formation, with 1 in the front and 3 in a line in the back. After a few minutes, even more lights appear. The lights are identical and form a much larger formation. At first they appear to be stars or possibly even the lights from an airplane. However, the lights are unlikely to be stars. From the start of the video, the night sky is clearly empty. The stars are hidden by clouds or obstructed by city lights. It would be unlikely that only a few stars appearing in perfect formation would peek through. Plus, the objects in the sky seem far too large to be stars. The lights are also unlikely to be from airplanes. Planes usually fly much further apart than these lights would indicate. Those who witnessed the strange lights are convinced that they had a real-life close encounter. Have extraterrestrials visited our atmosphere? Are they walking among us even now? For now, the answers to these questions remain a mystery. Not all spirits are innocent and harmless, as we see in this video posted to Instagram by Paranoid Normal. Sometimes mischievous poltergeists can cause much more trouble than you bargain for. The footage comes from a security camera in an office building. A man approaches a woman's desk and says something to her. She turns away for a moment. As her back is turned, the man decides to take a seat on the metal folding chair in front of her desk. Watch what happens. If we watch again, the chair is suddenly yanked to the side, falling to the ground next to him. The man is already in the process of sitting when the chair moves, so he's unable to stop himself from falling to the ground. Based on the way that the chair moves, there's no way that the man could have accidentally kicked the chair out from under himself. The woman on the other side of the desk wasn't close enough to move the chair either, and there's no one else around. So who could be the culprit? Some naysayers suggest there could have been a string or wire attached to the chair that would allow someone off screen to yank the chair away. However, others state that the man's fall looked too genuine to be staged. Perhaps the fall was genuine and a prankster off camera pulled the chair away just for laughs. So is this video a clumsy hoax, or real evidence of a mischievous poltergeist looking to cause a little trouble? If it is a spirit, hopefully its antics don't escalate beyond a slightly bruised bum. Before we take a look at some bizarre footage taken in Turkey, remember to hit that subscribe button, then tickle that little bell icon there and turn on all channel notifications. That way you'll be in the loop every time we drop our scary and mysterious videos. While some paranormal videos seem to clearly depict ghosts, aliens, or even cryptids, some are downright perplexing. In this video from the YouTuber Zeal, something appears on screen that no one seems to have an explanation for. We've actually featured this clip before some years ago, but the original was terrible quality. Zeal has done an amazing job at stabilizing the image and bringing it into focus. A security camera showing a well-lit but empty street in Diyarbakir, Turkey, captures the bizarre occurrence. It's late at night, but the road shown in the footage has enough streetlights that everything around it is clearly visible. Yet, when a strange object appears on the road, it's difficult to determine just what it is. At first, it seems to be a person walking in the middle of the street. However, it quickly becomes apparent that no human would move like this object does. It seems to hover just above the surface of the road as it moves back and forth. After a few minutes, it suddenly lifts off the ground, flying out of range of the camera. Shortly, it returns and continues its meandering around the road. It crosses an intersection and continues down the street until it's out of sight. The object itself appears to be multiple neutral colours or perhaps made from something metallic and reflective. One person suggested it could be a partially deflated mylar balloon. This would explain how it hovers just above the ground. However, the nearby trees indicate no wind that would have caused it to rise so suddenly in the air. Another possibility is a drone. A drone could easily move in the ways we see in the footage. However, why would someone fly their drone so close to the ground for the majority of the footage? The strange occurrence is also unlikely to be caused by a camera glitch, as the object clearly casts a shadow. Without another likely explanation, some believe that the cause is supernatural. But what kind of supernatural entity could this be? Is it some sort of cryptid we've never seen before, or could it be an alien drone? With no readily available explanation, your guess is as good as ours.
If you want to see some more mysterious videos, then check out that link on the top there. Otherwise, there's a massive spooky playlist right there that'll keep you entertained for hours and hours. Now remember to check out our awesome tees and hoodies. There's a link in the description box below, or there's a merch shelf just under the video player there. Check them out. And that's it for me. I'll see you all next time.